options that we've also integrated, like Active version 6 support, VPN functionality. The USB ports also support actually MFC functions.
Oh, okay.
So that means that if you've got multifunction capable printers, they're fully supported. And just like our RTN 56U, these are powered hub assembly ports. So that means we give you a full 500 milliamps per port. Now, in terms of the baseline specifications, this is using a brand new 600 megahertz SoC, 256 megabytes of memory. So it's a lot of power to pack in for a router. We did a long-term analysis of a lot of the other competitors in the marketplace, and while some of them offer pretty strong performance, we've actually found that we can get quite a bit better, even compared to like the E4200 V2, Netgear 4200. We're getting about 20% better performance, and significantly better WAN to LAN performance. But one of the other things that we found out when we're looking at long-term testing is reliability. A lot of the users would say after about like 6 to 8 months, long-term performance, they would generally have that router fail after a period of time. And the analysis let us know that the main problem was that the SoC was getting thermal degradation, especially under high concurrent load at 2.45 gigahertz. That SoC was running at like 80, 85, 90 C. And it was able to operate for those tolerances, but after such a long period of time, it could cause the PCB to sometimes have issues and it could fail. So this unit, actually, we have a full aluminum heatsink block built on directly on top of the SoC, and we have vented ports on the side, so we can help to keep the temperature much lower, ensure longer term operation. So that's it. So it's a pretty cherry unit, got a lot of functionality there, and of course, just like a lot of things, you know, it's become kind of the backbone environment, so we see this as being a pretty nice choice for people that have all those kind of connections, you know, Wi-Fi, tablets, cell phones, all that stuff. It's going to be pretty cherry. So that kind of rounds out the current landscape of what we're working on. Next gen stuff, of course, is we have Ivy Bridge coming up in early Q2, approximately on that time frame. We're not showing any of that off because we like to keep it really close to the vest, because as we saw this generation, a lot of people like to copy.
Yeah,
exactly. You know,
understandable.
For us, just because a lot of our stuff was copied, we're once again keeping it very close. But you know, I think that you guys have seen now through a couple of generations, what we try to do is be very consistent about what we keep doing, right? You know, so like the digital power design, the UEFI improvements, fan control functionality. So you're going to see a lot of the same things, but there are definitely some stuff that we've been working on that will kind of continue to extend our leadership in terms of the motherboard division. For VGA side, of course, 7000 series just launched. You guys are already familiar with GPU Tweak. The only kind of note to make is that 7000 series going forward, every single card from now on ships with our new version of GPU Tweak. So NVIDIA and AMD exclusively all GPU Tweak. We won't have any more Gamer OSD, no more Smart Doctor. So I'm very happy about that. That's been a long time coming for us. Otherwise, outside of that, non-reference parts, we're going to be maybe making some slight changes to the DC2 implementation. So we're still keeping the SAP Power Delivery Design Initiative that we've been putting on our cards for a long period of time, but we are going to be updating the VRMs. So very similar to kind of where we did the transition to the digital power delivery, we're going to be very consistent on the high-end cards having a digital VRM implementation for our cards. Doesn't take anything away, of course, from the previous implementations, because as you saw with our SAP and even the analog designs, we were able to really pretty much push past anybody else. But you know, we kind of want to have that design symmetry of having the VGA team be on the same place where the motherboard team is on. So outside of that, you know, pretty much everything should be pretty smooth. You know, there's a couple, I think, other little launches that'll be rolling out, right? Fusion has a small update for the E4500. We'll probably be seeing some Cedar Trail stuff that I'll let you guys know about. And outside of that, you know, I'll keep you in the loop as far as, you know, anything else that kind of comes out.
Okay.
So